Oh boy, are you in for some punishment here? This video will lower your IQ. Seriously, I have to search to think of anybody as dumb as the person you're about to encounter. And he's allegedly an educated man. He says he's an engineer. But this is scary stupid. This is scary brainwashing. It's to the point where I don't even know. Maybe he was putting me on. Sometimes I wonder if they're just pulling my leg. But I sincerely believe this is genuine. This guy is off the charts stupid. So I'm going to be popping in from time to time to, give my opinion on his insanity. In the meantime, hey, look, hey, go ahead and, hey, the storm's out there. Please go out there and purchase my 9/11 T-shirt here. Let people know about Building Number 7. Get some dialogue on this. I mean, I don't know, with so many crimes that we need to solve, it's got to always be up there in the top 1 or 2 or 3, huh? Got a long way to go, short time to get there. Please share my videos. Desperately need to get out there. Now that, of course, the purge is going on, we have to count on each other. We can't count on the tech giants to help us out, that's for sure. They're here to hurt us. So we got to help each other. So help me out. Share these videos with every chance you get, with everyone you can. And make some noise, Support me if you can. Go get yourself a 9/11 T-shirt. And, I'll see you in the video on the streets. Yeah.
I saw the video.
What's going on?
Okay, there were 3 buildings that fell in New York City on 9/11.
Correct.
Okay. No one's ever explained how that 3rd building fell.
Yeah, Building 7.
I mean, it just collapsed into its own footprint in 6 seconds.
You got like 2 huge buildings collapsing. You think that could take down a 3rd building?
No.
It could.
Well, then how, considering that 3rd building, from where we're standing, from the Twin Towers, was to the other side of the French Market. So if you please explain to me how none of the buildings in between here and there collapsed like this into its own footprint in 6 seconds.
There's a lot of tunnels in New York City. It destabilized the ground and collapsed the building.
You really believe that?
What do you believe?
You must see the video.
Because then you're going against all known rules of physics.
All right.
I happened to get a chance out here to meet one of the originators of architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth. Those are over 3,000 architects and engineers, some of them the best in the world, that have studied the collapse of those buildings and signed their names, their reputations, and their lives to a petition that says those buildings came down by controlled demolition.
Well, how do you explain the planes flying in those buildings?
Well, again, even Donald Trump said it doesn't make sense. Planes don't bring down buildings. The architects of those buildings said they designed them to take multiple hits from planes. I mean, they came down into
melted the steel girders.
Sir. Again, let me try to appeal to your basic sense of physics.
Okay.
You have this much of the building.
Right.
Force is met by equal and opposite reaction. Am I correct? In other words, if I do this, you fall back, correct?
Right.
I mean, equal and opposite reaction.
Sure.
when this collapses, as it collapses and hits a stronger force down here, this will also be damaged. In other words, it would eventually, as it hit here, it's getting damaged.
Okay.
It's not a solid steel ball, right? It's going to get damaged.
Okay.
So as it hits, it would start disintegrating, and it would stop maybe right about there. It would fall off to the side. It wouldn't keep collapsing the building in free fall. In other words, just coming down with no resistance, and then leaving a hole in the ground with this debris.
This is the way gravity's going. This gravity is taking you straight down.
Excuse me. Again, let me try to appeal to your sensibility.
Right. I'm an engineer. You're appealing to an engineer.
Now that is real scary. This guy's an engineer. Doesn't understand basic physics. That gravity is being introduced to steel beams here that were not melted, that were not weakened, that were as thick as our bodies.
Correct, but there was like literally 500 tons.
Again, sir, did it not register? As this comes down, it's being disintegrated. It's hitting a solid force.
Right.
So this is losing force. Right? Am I correct?
It's getting gravity force.
No. Do you believe this guy? I mean, seriously. He seemed to agree that the force being enacted upon the towers would weaken as it hit the larger force beneath it, that it would disintegrate. Yet, he's trying to go ahead and convince me that this thing that is disintegrating is going to propel itself through a larger force and then leave a hole in the ground. I have a hard time believing this guy builds anything. No, sir, I don't care if it was getting gravity force or not. It's not a solid steel ball. It too would disintegrate as it hit thicker and thicker steel beams, because as the steel went down, it got thicker and thicker. So there's no way to explain how the free fall happened through this thicker force. In the history of steel buildings catching fire, in the history of them, of all of them, there's only 3 that collapsed into their own footprint in free fall in one day. That happened on that day. You also cannot explain the 3 pools of molten metal they found burning for 2.5 months underneath these 3 buildings.
All right.
You can also not, you can't explain any of this. I mean, this building right here, building number 7, had very little damage. It was sporadic fires.
Well, what's your theory?
Would you like the theory? It isn't enough this guy's an engineer. I mean, you would think that just the basic physics would get him to maybe click a few brain cells together and go, well, gee, maybe there is something to see here, because I can't answer that question. No, he wants to go directly to theory, which is, I guess, a start, but I'm pretty sure that we both know where this is going to go. To see this building collapse?
No.
No. I mean, please, whatever you do not educate me. Oh my God. Well, screw him. Well, I have it. No, I have it on the screen back here. Let me show it to you.
Well, I hear your theory of what happened. Who did it? Who did it?
Well, wouldn't an investigation be nice? Wouldn't investigation be nice? Because they never had an investigation on this.
Well, who would do this? Who would set up 20 Saudi Arabians to go on planes? Who says they even did it?
What do you mean? Who says they even did it?
Well, there was 20 Saudi Arabians on the plane.
How do you know that? They were not on the manifest.
They were not on the manifest.
No, they weren't. They were not on the flight manifest.
So who did it? What's your theory?
In any crime, who benefited? That's who you look for, correct? Who benefited? Well, who benefited from the crime in 9/11?
Nobody.
Nobody? Well, a crime was committed. There had to be some kind of a benefit from it.
Well, Al-Qaeda benefited.
How did Al-Qaeda benefit from it?
For a short period of time, and then they got destroyed.
So they did this to get destroyed?
They did it to prove a point, and then
what point did they prove? They
proved a point that they could do a major terrorist attack in America. They did it in Africa. They did it in Sudan.
You're completely brainwashed, but let me show you this.
Okay.
Let me show you this.
All right.
Then I want you to tell me, you say you're an engineer?
Yes, I am an engineer.
Wonderful. Then I want to get your opinion.
Okay.
And tell me if my eyes are lying here.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now, this is building number 7, okay? That's the only damage you're seeing. That's it, sporadic fires. Let's go back and look at that again.
All right.
All right, now and remember, this is the last building built in the World Trade Center complex. It's housed all 16 of our intelligence agencies and the mayor's emergency bunker. That was a fortress. Now, I want you to watch this thing collapse.
Oh, you got the video. Good then.
To the 47th
Now watch
World Trade Center, Building 7 on September.
Had moved back from that building before, what you're about to see again here on video.
Crimp.
Knowing that
You're going to see the splivs. Watch the things. Watch the splivs. Taking out the thing. Free fall.
But who cares about Building 7?
Now, I know you're having a hard time believing you just heard that. Who cares about Building 7? Who cares about the third largest structural failure in history? No big deal. Who cares? Doesn't fit into my, into my reality bubble here. I can't compute that. So, no one should really care about building number 7. All right, if that isn't the dumbest damn statement you've ever heard about 9/11, then please supply me in the comment section what is, because I've never heard it.
Who knows about that? Who cares? Buildings, why would they?
So you just dismiss it. Your simple mind goes, well, gee, a building that was the third largest structural failure in modern history that housed all 16 of our intelligence agencies.
Who cares about it?
Who cares about it? Obviously, only stupid people do not care about it.
Nobody cares about it.
Nobody cares about it.
Nobody cares about it.
You're an idiot. You are an idiot. I do not ever want to walk into a building you ever built. Seriously, I would not walk in. I would not walk in a sidewalk.
Why would they destroy building number 7? Why would they do that?
Well, Jesus, as I mentioned, wouldn't an investigation
wouldn't 1
be
and
nice?
2 prove the point, and then they could do whatever their evil plan was?
You are
why would
a mental
destroy?
midget.
No, you're a mental midget. Building number 7. Why would they destroy it?
Again, wouldn't an investigation be nice?
Tell me why.
Wouldn't an investigation be nice?
I'm listening to why.
I'm his
Well, the
wife.
speculation.
Tell me.
If that was his wife, she agrees, with what I'm saying. I have no idea what his kids think, but God, what an embarrassment this guy is. I mean, it's amazing that, I don't know. I swear. How this guy ties his shoelaces is amazing to me.
I feel
So
like you.
they proved the point with building number 1 and 2 destroyed. America can do anything they want. The military-industrial complex, do anything they want. Oh, we're going to destroy building number 7. Why? Why would we do that?
Well, the speculation has been, get your hand speculation would be that the plane that was shot down over Pennsylvania was headed from there, might have been the one they wanted to put in there, and that building number 7 was command center, because in building number 7 was the emergency bunker for the mayor's emergency bunker, and again, all 16 of our intelligence agencies, and $15 billion worth of gold in the basement that disappeared. So again, wouldn't an investigation be nice to go ahead and find out why this building collapsed into free fall? Are you just an engineer that really? No, it wasn't, sir. NIST did not come up with an answer why that building fell. And if you go to architects and engineers from 9/11 Truth, I would ask you to argue with them. I'm an engineer, and I'm calling you an idiot.
All right.
They'll call you a moron.
All right. Good for them, whoever they are. I have no idea.
They are some of the best architects. Mr. Gage has built some of the biggest structures in the world.
All right.
Go look him up. He is the leader of architects and engineers in 9/11 Truth.
So, in your theory, who did this?
The military-industrial complex and the national security state are the only ones that gain from that. The whole thing, of course, is about to go ahead and create a one-world government. They need to bring down the United States and all nation states.
Well,
at this point, I don't even know why I'm going to bother to get into the complexities of a deep state and what was behind 9/11. I mean, this guy can't even grasp simple, basic physics concepts to start to, go into geopolitical theories of what was behind this and try to sum it up in just a couple of words, a phrase or two for this idiot would be impossible. But, I'm not too bright either, so I tried anyway.
To go ahead and bring in a world government. So we have to have an enemy in order to do that. Manufacture enemies. This was a false flag attack.
Well, they have done, if that was true, they have been zero effectiveness in creating a one world government. We have 1,000 world governments and not one world government. So if they did that, if it was true, they failed. Absolutely failed.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Well, you're amazingly stupid.
Well, do you see a one world government?
Yes, I see. There's a great book. I know books are probably hard.
All right.
But I would beg you to go ahead and read this book. It is called. It talks about the formation of the deep state, who really runs things, why 9/11 happened.
It's a made-up thing.
That's it. I'm completely done with this idiot. I'm burnt out with him.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, let's get to. I guess we just can't agree.
No, with your stupidity, sir, I couldn't agree with your stupidity.
No,
I'd have to have a hose drilled in my head to go ahead and even get close to your stupidity. You are, sir, are one of the dumbest people. I would never walk into anything.
See what happens? See what happens? It's just like a personal attack.
I don't care what it is. You're an idiot. I'm telling you, you, sir, are an idiot.
I'm arguing facts with you.
Then go to architects and engineers and argue with the other architects there and find out what they tell you. Don't listen to me. What do I know? I'm not an architect. You say you're an engineer. Go there. I said, go to architects and engineers and let them talk to you and call you an idiot. Because I'm done with you.
All right. Thank you.